What's going on, Attack Squad? It's your boy Roman, Mr. Enemy 343, back at it once again. And today, hold on a second, guys. Sorry, I had to turn my TV off because I'm not really using it, and I didn't want to get, distracted by anything. So, time of the month again. Time for our open chat. Yeah. So anyway, if anybody's got any topics they want to talk about, as long as it's not religious or political or anything, I'm all for it. Yo, what's up, Bleach Shadow? How's it going? Sets. It's actually good to actually have you here, dude. So, hold on a second. I just gotta fix something here real quick. All right. Whoops. Yeah. Sorry about that. I just actually was freaking playing around with this thing and yeah. So anyway, I just actually started watching hold on a second. We got DD. Hold on, DD. Putting you on here a second. Yep.
How do you keep getting me after I've eaten?
Hold on. I couldn't hear you, so just give me a second. I gotta freaking. All right.
I said, how do you manage to do your thing right after I've eaten?
I don't know. I just actually I kind of needed to actually take some time to, I actually didn't see the content you made, but, I definitely saw, your video where you were actually gone for so long, but I hope you're actually still able to figure out the stuff that you're actually dealing with right now there, Lee Shadow. But, yeah, let's just call it, some form of intuition, per se. There, DD.
Oh, yeah. What's your opinion on the jackasses hoping Ghostbusters Afterlife would fail?
Oh, God. Those types of people. They just don't even understand the concept of entertainment.
They hate the fact that 2016's Ghostbuster was a fucking dumpster fire, and yet they claim, oh, we need more strong female characters. Egon's granddaughter, but they wanted to fail because it was actually Paramount and stuff being like, maybe we should listen to the people who are actually gonna, go and watch it.
Exactly. Right there. Right freaking there. And Megan Egan, TWD Fangirl 27, welcome to the live stream. I'm doing pretty good. Besides, I actually kind of had a little chat with Mr. Grimjaw, of course. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I can't wait to actually see that, Hey, I'll definitely love to actually see that, though. But anyway, yeah. Friggin' Ghostbusters 2016 sucked ass. It freaking always focused on, as you would put it, my vagina. Seriously.
Well, this is going to be awkward when Dionysius comes on because he just messaged me the link for StreamYard.
Ah.
So this is going to be awkward when he comes on because I already entered.
Yeah, I know. And also, I've actually just started watching Stone Ocean and, planning on actually doing a video about Stone Ocean with Silent Joker 45 if he's actually interested.
Another thing, and these people who hate on anime and stuff because it doesn't basically say, by the way, I'm a strong, independent woman who don't need a man, but if I want to, I can force you to have sex with me. And it's like, you hate it because it won't give you your politics, but even the stuff, shonen that's, meant for boys, the female characters in those are just as capable usually. I can't name a shonen manga where a female character was like, oh, help me, I need a big, strong fucking man to save my ass.
Yeah, friggin'. This is how fucking crazy this world has gotten. Because, we're always listening to the feminists. We're always listening to the freaking soy boys. We're always listening to the social justice weirdos. We're listening to freaking Twatter of all things. And speaking of Twatter, it turns out that, freaking Jack Dorsey's no longer running Twitter. And now we've got some freaking, Goku freaking, that's worse than Jack Dorsey.
And this just proves that these people just want it to be their way. Because if this was a whole thing of we need more strong female characters, well, then they'd be applauding Ghostbusters Afterlife for, actually having a female Ghostbuster and a child one at that. You know how many movies or shows or whatever where the child is the fucking sidekick?
Exactly, but here's the thing. I actually totally agree with Nagy Negan, TWD, Girl 27. She says a lot of original movies are going to be remade, and they are awful. Yeah, I totally agree.
Oh, and I have never been so happy to know that. And he's gone. We've lost Mr. A. Oh no.
Hold on, I gotta. All right, sorry about that. I had to help my grandmother. So, we got
Padaru, Padaru.
I already clicked on the link, Dio, before you sent it to me.
Ashira Sorio, Kazenayo ni Tsukimi Haro.
Padaru.
But anyway, as I was saying, I have never been so happy for the 2016 film to be its own fucking universe. Because when they were talking about referencing every piece of media within the Ghostbusters universe, that includes the real Ghostbusters, because it's supposed to be after at least the first movie, I was like, they can't use the 2016 one because it's its own universe. And the only way they could do that is by claiming it was a movie someone made. In which case, you would have to include the people who are like, this is a garbage fire. Do they even do the research? Why are we rewriting history where 4 guys are 4 women? Because that's my only problem when it comes to trying to rewrite stuff for history. Don't get me wrong, I love Hamilton. I love the musical. But everyone who wants to keep saying that Hamilton was of Latin descent, look, Miranda, he's a cool guy, but he was portraying a guy who was born white. And we have proof he was born white. This isn't a thing of fictional characters, which I myself, it's kind of like the whole reskinning people as queer thing in fiction. And thus, I don't like it because it's like, you're basically saying that people of color should be grateful that they're getting a reskin of a character. Hence why I like Michael Jordan's son, Michael B. Jordan, because he told Oprah when she said, would you love playing Clark Kent in a movie? And it's like, why the fuck would I want to be Clark Kent when we have a black Superman? Which is Clark Kent's adopted brother from Krypton.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
And I also want to throw something else out there too. Like I brought this up last week when it was one of the streams that you weren't in, sadly, DD. But these people are so desperate for representation. Let's talk about for a moment the High Guardian cringe, which I do hope you've seen my video on that, DD. But this show, this abomination, was nothing more but tokens, tokens, and more tokens. And these idiots are all like, oh my god, my representation, I feel so seen, look at me, look at me. The transgender character was voiced by a transgender man who it was more of a self-insert character, and these idiots are so desperate for representation that they would literally take a can of hot shit so long as you put a rainbow sticker on it, and they will claim that this is the greatest can of shit ever to exist.
I do not do that kind of stuff because basically, at the end of the day, I still know it's actually
I think if we're talking about that dumpster fire shit movie, I think it's kind of awful. And it's not just the fact that that bitch decided to claim that no one could pull off Faye Valentine's outfit. Again, many female cosplayers and some male cosplayers would like a fucking word with you, lady. But she's not even Singaporean. Faye Valentine was born and raised in Singapore. Not Mexico City, not Cancun, not whatever. Singapore.
And one other thing to also throughout that
I
too.
did not know Singapore was part of the fucking Latin community.
One thing I also want to throw out there too about the whole Cowboy Bebop abomination. So Ed is in the last episode, like 5 minutes. They did Ed dirty. Not only did they get some mentally challenged person who claims to be Namanawi, but
It's because
Ed.
Ed was weird, wasn't it? That's the only reason they got someone who was challenged. It's because Ed was weird in the show.
Here's the thing. I mean, Ed in the show was that fun kind of weird. That it was like, yes, she was insane and shit, but the way they got her in the live action, imagine the old school Power Rangers or any other live action kids
God
show.
fucking damn it! This isn't like the Jim movie, is it?
Well, the characters.
Let me finish. Let me
I,
finish. I was never a Jim fan, mind you. That was more of my older sister because she lived through the 80s. But they didn't even talk to the creator of Jim. She only fucking found out because the fans were like, why did you agree to this movie? It's a terrible looking movie. And she's
Hello.
like, wait, what movie? And that's how she found out there was a Jim movie being made. Anyway, we don't see the Misfits until a credit at the end, cutscene at the end of the credits. Like, they were going to end up having a sequel. But the movie was so fucking bad, they pulled it from theaters before it was time to.
well,
Is this what they did with Ed? Oh, we're hopeful we're going to have a sequel. Yeah, well, you wasted fucking Ed by not having her in the movie.
Well, the thing is, the Ed that we got in the live action, her acting is on par with again the old school kind of Power Rangers or the villains who talk like this and over exaggerated.
Are they saying Ed is mentally challenged? Because again, yeah, she was weird in the show, but it was never made to seem like she was slow.
Um,
And I always chalked it up to when we eventually meet her birth father at the end of the series. and we find out that she was originally at a daycare and left, and her father had been looking for her since. Which I gotta kind of wonder, how the hell did a daycare lose a fucking child?
It was probably
Anyways,
America.
America.
yeah, in fact, it's just ridiculous. But I really prefer just the original anime since that one's
Well,
already
yeah,
a masterpiece, and yet people like Talks actually sits there thinking that freaking it's just nothing more than a pile of shit. I
Can
mean,
we point
what?
out? Can we point out that the character they decided to make being proud of being trans, they basically ruined one of the few symbols for trans people because that character was forced to transition into a woman. He
mm-hmm.
didn't. He didn't. He didn't get a choice. It wasn't a thing of I feel more comfortable as a woman. It was, hey, let's pump you full of estrogen and have you grow boobies. Yeah, oh, you don't like it? Well, fuck you. We
And
are the bigger power. You don't get a say.
And here's the thing, you go back to like what I said before, these idiots who are grasping at representation, they will take a can of shit so long as it has a rainbow sticker on it. And that's what that guy is. He's a can of shit with a rainbow sticker, and all they're like, oh my god, my representation! Look, it's my representation!
Yeah, well, thankfully, the few trans people I know are like, what the fuck? They ruined one of the few characters we actually could sympathize with as a trans person.
Oh, let's talk about the trends thing for one moment. I just go on over to High Guardian Cringe for a second. Now, we all know the scene with the
I feel so
transgender.
bad for Robin from Anime America because she had to watch that. I'm like, you
Oh
poor
God,
woman. No one should force themselves to be subjected to that just so fans can find out how crap it is.
yeah. And what I was gonna say was so I've seen a couple here on YouTube, a couple of trans people, legit trans individuals, saying, "Oh my God, what is this abomination? It feels so forced. Oh my God, go away." Now there was one individual, one person who was trans, and not only did they praise that little transgender scene, they were praising every single moment of the series. Like that, they were talking about how good the animation is, how good the jokes were. They were basically doing the NT what everyone else was saying.
I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Basically, anyone of the queer community who says something like High Guardian Spice is crap just gets ignored. But if I had to suggest anything for good queer representation to anyone, I would recommend the Owl House. I would recommend Hell of a Boss. If we ever get more than just the pilot, I will definitely recommend Has Been Hotel. But I would never recommend High Guardian Spice. And when it comes to Steven Universe, I'd recommend the first couple seasons because it kind of got bad at the end. I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
I
Also,
definitely would not recommend Shiri because I'm sorry. Look, I found Scorpia and Perfuma kind of cute. Come on, Flower
and
Girl
then
with
chapter.
Scorpion Girl. But I hated Cat Dora. I don't like abusive relationships. I
And,
I'm tired of people saying, well, it's okay because they're a same sex couple. I'm like, do you really want people to have another reason to claim being queer is a bad thing? Because this is how you get people saying queer people are more abusive than heterosexual people.
mm-hmm.
The stereotypes are how you that's how you get like people in the 2000 like the 80s, 90s, early 2000s Republicans that are absolutely despised. Well, that's how you get it. You get, people thinking that gay people are abusive.
I mean, what's going to happen, and it's like what I said before, what's going to happen is these, idiotic, wokey LGBT people are going to bring back the mindset of the 1900s, where if you say you're part of the LGBT, you're going to be seen as mentally challenged or insane.
Oh God fucking damn it! We need to put the wokies on an island somewhere, because I don't want to be in a time period where being queer is seen as a mental illness. Damn it! I
And
am
guess what?
grateful to have not been born during the time where if you said, "Hey, I'm attracted to girls as well as guys," you'd be put in a fucking mental asylum. And depending on when you were born, that you would be put in a mental asylum, you could guarantee you'd get a chunk of your brain dug out.
Mm-hmm. And one thing
Yeah,
I do want to, I'll go on, say now.
yeah. I think that people who yeah, to me that well they should, if those people who came up with lobotomies were still alive today and had all their money, I would say confiscate their money and put it towards research towards nerve regeneration. Seize all their money and put it towards that research, so that we could maybe someday, years down the line, find out how to reverse that. You know, because
Yeah,
and with the money that these people made doing the damage in the first place. Because I think that lobotomies were a human rights violation.
they were.
Rose Kennedy, which gets chalked up to the whole Kennedy curse, but Rose Kennedy, she was a strong-willed woman, and because it was during the time period she grew up in, her father was like, "Well, we can't have that. We have to make sure she'll be a docile, good housewife." And she ended up in a vegetative state for the rest of her life because of it.
Yeah, to me
That
yeah,
that's evil.
I think that was a human rights violation, and I think everyone, if anyone who is still alive that came up that was enforcing that, should be treated the same way the Nazis were
Yeah. And
after
one
World
thing,
War II.
and one thing I also want to throw out there too, and I'm like, okay. So when it comes to whenever I hear these SJWs claim to be members of the LGBT, I honestly don't believe them because you gotta remember, to these people, okay,
It's a
being
divide
a
and conquer agenda.
well, yeah, but I mean,
I
to
have
these
to agree.
people,
Vivsy
to
Pup, I actually believe is bisexual, because when she does queer characters, they aren't fucking stereotypes. I mean, I'll admit Angel's kind of debatable, but let's be honest, it's fucking hell. I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up effeminate because of the fact this was the only way he could survive in hell. But the point is, you look at Charlie, until you're told Charlie is bisexual, you would not know it. You look at Vaggie, you wouldn't know she was a lesbian if Vivsy didn't say anything. Basically, the people who are like, "Oh, I'm glad they made Betty DeVille a lesbian," you basically have said, "Oh, it's okay to do the fucking butch stereotype as long as we get fucking representation."
and what I was about to say was, if I think a lot of these SJWs who claim to be a part of the LGBT are actual faking it because to these idiots, to these insane clowns, being straight is the equivalent of being Adolf Hitler, especially if you're white. You were evil if you're straight. That's why you got all these made up genders like non-binary and bug self and gender fey and all this other bullcrap that, mind you, does not exist. They are straight, but they hate it, so they have to make up these genders. They have to pretend to be trans,
Well,
pretend to
this
be.
is why I'm giving the Proud Family reboot this. At least they decided to make an original gay couple instead of deciding, you know what, let's get rid of Trudy and Sunset and say Oscar and La Cienaga's dead, because it's been a while since I watched the show, are now a gay couple.
Yeah.
At least
And
they made an original gay couple.
yeah.
Hell, I still would be annoyed, but I'd be a lot more happier if they had made like Angelica's mom Charlotte the lesbian, because there is a term called lipstick lesbians, which is a term used for women who still dress like traditional feminine looking, as opposed to the I could be mistaken by a man lesbian.
Yeah,
Hold on,
and
guys.
again,
I can shut my camera off real quick. I gotta change shirts here.
It's called stereotyping. It's
yeah,
it's
and again, notice how every time there's an LGBT type character, it always goes for the stereotype. They want Gonzo to be a trans allegory because he's the weird one. They want Betty DeVille to be a butch lesbian because she's, the obvious choice.
Again, this is why I love Vivzy Pop's work, because you don't. Hell, she actually made a trans character with Millie's sister, Sally Mae. And if it weren't for the horns, I can tell you, you'd never know Sally Mae was a trans woman.
Yeah, and someone actually pointed that out. Like, I didn't really think much of it, but then someone's like, imps, male imps have the white stripes, and female imps just have plain black horns. It's like, wait a minute, hold up. Sally Mae has white. Ah.
Yeah, also, Maggie Negan,
And-
PWD Girl 27 brings up this. What bothers me is that if you join a cosplay community, they make up too much rules. Especially when you call them out, they attack you. And I was attacked by the community, she says. I kind of feel bad for her.
Okay.
that's why
here's
we need to form our own communities and not let these people in.
This is my thing when it comes to cosplay. If you relate to the character, you should be allowed to dress up as the character. And I'm tired of this. Well, you're not insert skin color here, because by that logic, no one, white, black, whatever, should be cosplaying any characters that are confirmed to be from Japan,
Mm-hmm.
like Sailor Moon.
That would be 99% of all characters.
Exactly.
That's
I mean,
my
you
point.
can make
my
the argument.
I'm tired of this shit, and I don't get why it should matter if someone dressed like, let's say a little girl wants to be Tiana for Halloween or something. Why does it matter? I don't see anyone complaining about any children of color dressing up as Cinderella or something.
But because remember, these idiots, these Wookiees, are like, it's okay for us to blackwash characters, but it can't be the vice versa. Like, as well as I do.
No. Either
Double
everyone
standards.
Mm-hmm.
Either
As well as I
everyone gets
do.
to dress as whatever character they like, or no one outside of their race gets to.
And as well as I do, if we made White Panther, oh my god, there would be hell on earth. People would be reading like, this is problematic.
They would be doxing and then throwing bricks at whoever did its house.
Also,
Christ almighty, I'm blocking your ass.
If Kevin Smith is fucking watching this, you're not allowed to fucking
Fuck you,
complain
Kevin.
about. Let me finish.
Okay.
I'm pissed at Kevin Smith for this.
Okay.
His complaining got people threatening Geeky Sparkle, Neon, and their kids. And I'm gonna say it. Kevin Smith, you're not allowed to complain about how Tim Burton did Batman until you fucking apologize to Clownfish TV for sending people after him. Until then, I will go to every con you're a guest at and call you fucking out and say you're not allowed to be annoyed at how Batman was done by Tim Burton when you basically make fun of people who are fans of the original He-Man and say how they should just accept that changes had to be made. Well, then you're not allowed to complain about fucking Tim Burton's version of fucking Batman, damn it.
Exactly, and I still love.
I would also bring it up to the con managers that he doxed, that he fueled the flames of doxers and shit, and tried to get him thrown out of the convention.
He should. And oh, by the way, speaking of people who are absolute pieces of shit, guys, the holiday season is on us, and Christmas is next. So get ready for the stupidest Who Even Asked For movie, Christmas Incorporated. It's a
This
Seth
isn't
Rogen
what?
movie. Okay, so Seth Rogen
Oh,
decided it would be a great idea because he's a dumbass to make a stupid Christmas movie. Mind you, the animation is like that of the old school Rudolph specials. You know, it's all kind of I don't know.
claymation.
Yeah, claymation stuff.
So it's a
And
parody thing.
yeah, because here's the thing. Here's the twist. Are you ready? We have to get rid of Santa Claus and put a woman in charge because that's
Why?
exactly what we want.
Why? I mean, I've already seen several Hallmark movies where Santa's daughter takes over that have done better than what you just described to me.
Because it's woke,
And it's
and
fucking
And the
Hallmark.
and the funny thing is that the video got 70,000 dislikes before YouTube removed the dislike button.
that is absolutely hilarious. And what's even more funny is damn Seth Rogen was sitting there saying, "Your time is up, white people," or some bullshit. It's like, dude, do you have a mirror? Do you own a mirror?
It's
Hell, I've seen movies where when you gotta replace Santa Claus because they decide to do a thing of you get a couple hundred years as Santa and then you gotta find someone new. They had a movie where Whoopi Goldberg played a character that eventually becomes the new Santa Claus. And I'm like, that was a good movie. What you
Mm-hmm.
described makes me want to wish I still had Twitter so I could point out that Whoopi Goldberg's movie was a better way to do a woman as
But,
Santa, and if we needed someone of color, a person of color.
but you know, so sad that will go unnoticed because these Wokies don't give two shits about. First of all, they don't give two shits about diversity or inclusion or whatever. They are just trying to make themselves feel good and pat themselves on the back to say, "Look what I did! I'm not racist. See, I made a show with a black trans character that's pregnant." And identifies as non-binary. See, I'm not racist or sexist.
Okay, wait. Unless the trans character is a trans male, we have yet to reach where men can have babies.
I know that, you know that, everyone who's not mentally challenged knows that, but the Wokies think that a man can have a baby.
I
And
mean, look, my friend whose kids I watch, she sent me an article about a woman getting a new uterus and was able to have 2 children. And I'm like, okay, if they can keep that going, we may one day see a day where trans women can have children of their own, which will kind of make J.K. Rowling look like a terrible, terrible person because, well, the whole trans women aren't real women thing's gonna be kind of,
yeah, see that right there, like, she had,
it kind of brings us closer to getting to solving that whole biology problem.
and J.K. Rowling had the right idea, but she just put her foot in her mouth when she said that, like, yes, men cannot have children. You should have stopped at that and then moved on. But as soon as you said the whole, real men aren't men, women aren't women, that's
I'll
where,
be right
She
back,
started
guys.
going to turf territory.
I'll be right
yeah,
back, guys. I have to get a shot of my medicine.
What's
I do.
funny is that a lot like what's funny is that the same people who started the whole anti mentality on Tumblr were turfs.
Mm-hmm. And like I said before, these Wokies, they are the real racists. Think about it for a second. Think about it. When you look at an orc, those of us here and everyone else who's not mentally challenged just sees a green skinned thing with tusk, unga bunga me orc. When an SJW looks at an orc, oh my god, it's Tyrone!
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, it kind of brings me back full circle to this. Democrats, when the SJWs started taking off, I realized that the Democrats never change. They're still the same Democrats of the 1800s. They're just doing different methods. they're just using the minorities for votes now rather than openly persecuting them like they did, back in the day. Sorry, it's just something I want to point out.
I know, sorry, Sino.
It's kind of funny. It's like these woke people are basically brainwashed by a system, and I blame the other side for this, for the whole religious right and them trying to ban D&D and stuff like that. That didn't win them. That didn't win the right any favors. I mean, they both sides fucked up royally.
I mean,
That's why they were stuck with this, because at the time, it's that the fact that the bad guys of today became the lesser of two evils back then. So
and again,
it basically gave the blue side the ability to basically say, oh, these people want to censor artwork, and that worked because no one likes censorship. But now that they're the censors, I think that we need to. I think that what's going to happen is it's like whoever becomes the censors are the ones who become more disfavored, and I think that it should really send a message that the side that supports more censorship eventually loses. And I blame both sides for this.
I'm back. What I missed?
Hey, enough. We'll just talk about how Democrats and Republicans all suck.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna cancel Christmas and stuff. When do we cancel Hanukkah and Kwanzaa then? I mean,
no, we can't, because that they've got to pat themselves on the back, and then I guarantee you they will Google when Hanukkah is and say it every day. That when they get those vote points and say, "Look at me, Mr. Jew. I know your people's special day. Happy Hanukkah. Can I have cookie now? Can I have woke points?"
Well, and what was ironic is that a lot of the people on the blue side of the aisle also don't like Jews. Look at what they're trying to do to Israel. I mean, it's kind of funny how these people are the exact same. Deep down, these woke people are the exact same people, the exact same type of person that you'd find burning down black churches in the 1900s.
Yeah, and
they're just using for votes.
And again,
guys, I have something to say. Basically, these people are actually trying to attack people just like our friend Alex Kogan, because basically, I'm still willing to stand with Alex. And he's actually a really great guy, and he actually has a love for anime, and along with the Japanese culture and stuff. And I still actually respect him. He's my good friend.
Who was it? Seagal, who asked for suggestions for anime a couple years back, and a bunch of people were making fun of him. I'm like, fuck off! He wants to try and get into anime. We should be giving him suggestions for good stuff to try watching.
Doki Doki Panic. I mean, don't. Oh no! What? Crap. What was
exactly. But he.
The problem is you don't want to get them into something that's too hardcore, or else they might come out in anti.
I mean, like, to be honest, when it comes to getting a new person into anime, I say first of all, ask to the action, then kind of pointing at Black Clover, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, etc., etc.
Well,
because you don't want them to come out being an anti-shipper and wanting to criminalize anime either. The culture shock might turn them into an anti, and they might try to. And if it's someone who has that much of a platform, you don't want them to become an anti, because that's how you get these dumb bullshit laws passed, like in the UK, Australia, and shit.
Well, look, I suggested Sailor Moon, Full Metal Alchemist, Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, those are a good place for beginners.
Now, I mean, if they like more wholesome stuff, there is a laundry list. There's a laundry list of
is an adorable anime, and And I have yet to see what Johnny would sound like as Tamaki. But god damn it, anyone else tried to be Tamaki, I'd throw a tomato at him.
Well,
but listen, I just gotta say this because if you want to start with watching anime, try actually starting off with some of Studio Ghibli, and then kind of do like some shonen, and then
I mean,
kind of
yeah,
build up a little.
Oh my god, Studio Ghibli, another example of strong female characters that Wokies seem to ignore.
of course,
Like
because they're not
Deliverance and
woke.
Spirited Away, or even
It's,
Ponyo.
it's just like
Hell, even movies like Princess Mononoke, where we're following a male character, the titular princess. Hell, the person we're supposed to hate, but we can sympathize with her too, since she buys working girls, or hookers for people who don't know the term working girls, so that they don't have to sell their bodies to survive. Basically, as an entrepreneur, she not only hires hookers to work in her steel mills, but she also hires people with leprosy who would normally be shunned and turned away. Even the villain we're supposed to hate is a good female character.
And again, the Wokies won't look at them because those are good characters. Just like when fucking when, The Last of Us 2 came out with Man Bear Pig, Abby, and every idiot was like, this is the first time a female was the main character. It's like, bitch, Samus says hello.
What about Chell from Portal?
Samus doesn't count because she's not like she's too beautiful to be considered a strong female character. You have to be ugly to be strong in
Yeah,
these Wokies' eyes.
exactly. That's the thing. They want ugly.
Same as Chell, Lara Croft. Or does Laura not count because she wears a tight t-shirt and
Of course,
shorts?
she doesn't count. She doesn't count because she's attractive.
Fuck Wokies! Lara Croft was the reason why I had an interest in archaeology as a child before, unfortunately, my school system failed me by not helping me understand fucking word problems and dealing with my bullies.
Well,
Oh yeah.
guess what? And what makes it even worse? Well, what I was gonna say was what makes it even worse is your story will never be heard out with these fucking Wokies all screaming at the top of their lungs because they're going to listen to that individual who's like, "Oh my god, High Guardian Spice was so good. I felt really good with that trans character that came out as trans." Meanwhile, there's trans people who are like, "Ew, this was golden."
Yeah, when the people you're supposed to be representing are like, we hate this, you fucking failed.
What is it, Mr. A? Read the comment.
All right, Maggie Negan TWD Fangirl 27 says, "I'm half Jewish on my dad's side. Plus, don't you guys dislike how AH is acting towards JD and he's constantly struggling, and she's acting for it?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Warner Brothers are fucking idiots if they still keep that whore after Aquaman fails, because you know it's gonna fail. Also, I don't know why they kept her after she nearly took out Jason Momoa's fucking eye with a fake spear. Imagine if it had been an actual spear.
Imagine if the roles were reversed.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my god, we gotta get this toxic male out of here. He could harm Milady.
The whole Amber Heard situation is screwed up. And I think that
this is why we say AH, or in my case, abuser Heard, because you don't want to get Mr. Anime demonetized or something.
Honestly,
I think system. I mean,
if you say her name, you can get striked by YouTube.
Of course.
What?
Yeah.
Of course.
That's why Come Geek Some calls her She Who Must Not Be Named.
Because we got to protect middle-aged reputation.
I think the cat's out of the bag though. I don't think they can protect AH any longer because they.
It doesn't.
I mean, the fact that Silicon Valley firms are forbidding you from saying an actress's name because
She's an
they want to cover up for her. I think that just shows that we need some kind of due process regulations on these companies to where they just can't ban people for any reason at all. Like the whole right to refuse service thing needs to not apply to companies on the internet that have a significant market share. If they have more than an 80% market share, they should not have the right to refuse service. I'm sorry, I'm just going to come out right out and say it.
And mind you, we can say Johnny Depp is very toxic we want because YouTube thinks he's trash. But Milady must be protected because YouTube, like the rest of society, has this damn neckbeard energy thing where they got to protect.
Milady is a case of, well, I don't agree with J.K. Rowling's stance on trans women. I would never try to harm J.K. Rowling. Abuser Heard, however, is someone that if I got the chance to meet her face to face, I'd jump my fat ass on her and start strangling her. And even if I ended up in jail, I'd be screaming, "At least you now know what it's like, you lying whore!"
Good. Also, let's let Mr. A read the comment.
Okay.
Mr. A.
The apathetic Black Queen says football was banned in Valencia region in Spain for sexism.
Yeah, because masturbation shit. And again, it's these hairy. Notice how it's always ugly women, right? It's always ugly women who have an issue, but we guys never come. Well, we guys and beautiful women like Dee here never complain about this kind of shit. They don't complain about males looking good or females looking good. There's always these disgusting, grotesque, hairy-legged, armpit, and fucking rainbow coochie disgusting women who will never know the touch of a man.
Yeah, until Soy Boy is gone completely, I'm still letting Monica pass for the time being. But Jamie is someone else that I would throw my fat ass on and sit on her chest, and when she's like, "I can't breathe," I'm like, "Good, my fat ass is making sure you can't see another day then."
Oh yeah, the whole "I can't breathe." Then all of a sudden all of a sudden then you'd have another Summer of Love where people are burning buildings and shit.
Nah. Despite Janie being someone with the mighty vagina, unless she's black, no one's gonna do that for her.
But anywho,
I could see people with pink hats rioting and starting looting and shit.
I'm sorry,
Imagine
but if
another one of those.
I'm sorry, but if you wear a pussy hat, you are by far the most pathetic human being on earth. And you know what's funny? The word pussy.
I want to know why those hats aren't considered tacky. But if a guy wore a hat with a giant schlong on it, it's like, ew. And it's like, well, why the fuck do those vagina hats get a pass? Those things are fucking tacky as hell.
They look stupid, and again, it's called a pussy hat. Like, it doesn't even sound cool.
Doesn't it look like cat ears rather than
It's like a skinned cat, yeah. But
it's
just
pink hats. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if you come up to me with a pink hat, I am going to ask you, do you have a spine? Because clearly you turned your spine in, because no one in the right mind would wear a pussy hat and say, "I am a proud supporter of the pussy hat."
Yeah, you say that to me. If you're a guy, I'm gonna swing my leg up into your crotch to make sure you can't reproduce.
What's funny?
If you're a woman, I'm gonna twist your nipples.
What's funny is that when feminism, here's what happened. First they tried feminism, that failed, because people caught onto it, and now they're using race. And now I think they're preparing to use. I think that the thing is that they've already primed the whole trans movement so that when race fails, when people all of a sudden stop believing the whole racist thing, they're going to turn to transphobia to then, just unseat the next or go after the next president that runs. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to exhaust every single possible identity thing to try to stay in power as long as possible.
Can we just get Old World Blues from Fallout New Vegas done so we can push the Wokies in and get them harvested of their brains, however small they are, just so they won't be a problem anymore?
No. I got a better idea. Instead of doing experiments on these poor innocent animals like rabbits and monkeys, why don't we just have these twisted experiments done on the Wokies? They do
Fair
nothing
enough,
for society.
Fair enough, the makeup's gonna be used for humans anyway. Might as well use humans as the test subjects.
Exactly. There you go. And hey, Neo,
Hey, what's up? I'm eating something right now, so.
maybe you eating hot wings?
No, fries, some rice, and a Philly cheesesteak, or something like that.
Ah,
We're just
that
fucking
was really good.
bitching about Wokies.
Yeah, we were talking about how, first of all, I believe that the SJWs who claim to be a part of the LGBT are fake because notice how me, Didi here, as well as Vevna, and another individual who I'm not going to mention because they didn't tell you, and well, I don't really Cerno knows
Outing
who I'm
them.
talking. Yeah. Cerno knows who she is, but notice how we have this thing called
I'm not.
personality. You won't know that we are X unless either A, you pay attention, or B, you ask and we tell.
Well,
These SJWs, they will sit there and have it on their bio. Hi, I'm gay. Can I tell you what's gay with this man? I am gay.
Well, this is like what I said earlier.
That is stupid.
High Guardian Spice is a show I would not recommend to anyone who wants good queer representation. I would recommend The Owl House. I would recommend Hell of a Boss, and if we ever get more than just the pilot, Has Been Hotel. Hell, I would recommend the first couple seasons of Steven Universe. The last couple seasons weren't really good, but at the beginning it was pretty good for queer representation. But I would never suggest High Guardian Spice because holy
Guess what?
shit.
I just looked it up and never mind.
No,
Can't talk
Senna,
about
what?
here anyway. It was something about how apparently we're the new variant might be in the US already. Oh great.
Variant?
Oh yeah, the new COVID variant that was discovered.
Jesus
We're never gonna get
Christ.
over this at this rate.
We could get over it if people stopped being fucking stupid and wore the fucking mask. And look, fine, you don't have to wear a mask. Just be aware you're not going to be allowed in a fucking grocery store then. And all these people who are like, yeah, for like an hour.
Usually,
I'm just like, dude, in that time, if it were me, I could just wear the fucking mask, go into Walmart, buy what I need, check out, get back to my car, and be home already, as opposed to being like, I'm an American, I don't have to wear a mask.
Also, Maggie needed
guys.
TWB. Okay, before I had to cut you out there, Neo, I have to say this. What are you guys thinking? They want to get rid of certain anime because they think the female characters are too sensual.
What anime is that?
Basically, they're trying to pass a new law in Japan, proclaiming that, they can't actually, make certain anime out in public and stuff like that, try to get rid of it because it's actually, quote unquote, too sensual. Like,
we're not
seriously.
talking about Sailor Moon.
Man, that shit is never gonna fucking pass. You already know how people in Japan is gonna go crazy.
Exactly, because you're going to have not only the mangaka, but also fans standing up and saying, no, shut up. Oh, hold on, this is Japan. No, please shut up. There you go.
That has foreign influence written all over it.
No, they're all feminists, sadly, in Japan. Now, again, it's a tiny little bunch, and, it's your typical ugly women
They're
who.
trying to do. They're trying to do what they did in the U.S. starting in 2010. They're trying to pull the whole woke thing in Japan now. I think it has UN influence all over it too.
And one thing I also want to talk to is, I guarantee you, Unseen Ballsack, aka Unseen Japan, is
I
probably.
really think he kidnapped his wife because I cannot think of a woman who would willingly be with him.
It's like
I heard they were educated in a Western university though, and that would make sense since Western universities are the ones spreading this woke bullshit.
And there's something else to also note. The whole his wife. I guarantee you, his wife is miserable, and she's just staying up late at night wondering, what does real good dick feel like? Because this piece of shit
How do we know
has
she's not
no.
up late at night wondering if she could smother him with a pillow?
She probably agrees with him with that woke bullshit because she's probably also a piece of shit too.
Yeah, you know what? True.
Why do you think she stayed with him that long? No real woman would do that.
That is true.
Ideal.
But
they're both robots that are spreading. They're basically programmed with communism. They're robots made of flesh that have been programmed with communism.
But I still like my idea of
guys. I'd like to actually interject here. It turns out that Unseen Japan also happens to be a freaking yaoi enthusiast.
Wow. Oh, so wait a minute. And yet again, he hates spicy. He hates Uzaki-chan. He hates, big titty girls, yada yada yada.
Okay, but are we sure he's not one of those guys whose family would disown him if he came out as gay or something?
Actually, he's openly stated that he was bisexual.
Which,
I am not accepting him because he's a piece
of
shit.
No. See, Didi, here's what we're going to do. Okay, here's what we're going to do.
This is the same situation as the whole Nauralities thing. She can make fucking excuses on how Lolicon is bad, but Shotokan, Bakugo, he's so muscular, silk, fucking stupid shit.
Exactly, and also, Didi, here's what we're going to do.
Please stop reminding me there are adult women who actually want to fuck a 16-year-old. Please stop reminding me about that.
Also, G, here's what we're gonna do. First, we're going to dress up as the Mean Girls from, we're going to dress up as the Heathers from the Mean Girls, mostly because I want to excuse to put on an outfit.
No. The Heathers were from the movie Heathers, I believe.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, either way, we'll dress up as them. Okay, we'll sit down at the LGBT table, and when Unseen Ballsack comes our way, we'll basically pip slap him and say, you're not allowed to sit here. We don't accept you. In other words, you make us look bad, bitch.
And no one ever seems to realize that when these idiots start doing stupid crap like this, it reflects badly on the queer community.
Exactly, and I go back to the whole that individual who was praising High Guardian Spice and praising how great that transgender scene was. These people will take a can of hot shit so long as it has a rainbow sticker on it, because they are so desperate for representation that they will take it anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, and this is why I don't accept anyone who accepts reskinning of characters as queer. It's like, really? You'd rather have a character that was straight up until this point represent us? Really?
And not just that.
How dare you? That is insulting and lazy. That is a reskin is basically a company being like, be grateful that we gave you this reskin because we didn't have to give you anything at all.
Exactly. And there you go. That's basically what it comes down to because you want good representation. You look at the Owl House, you look at Has Been Hotel, you look at Head of a Boss, you look at it's not even Western. You can go to fucking Japan. Sailor Moon was the OG of LGBT representation. You had good and evil LGBT, like those good guys who were gay or whatever, those bad guys who were
Yeah.
gay.
Hey,
And
Mister. Oh, sorry about that. I was gonna say something.
well,
Go ahead.
I mean, go on.
No, I just wanted to say, Mister Anime 343. Don't take offense to this, but you look like Ash Ketchum just came out of prison after murdering someone. I'm
What?
sorry.
You didn't notice it? You didn't notice my new hat or something? Because basically, this is actually from the anime Mob Psycho 100.
I
I
know,
love
but
Mob
it's the
Psycho.
color scheme. It just makes you look like Ash Ketchum just came out of prison.
Yeah, in
Whoa,
fact,
whoa,
that's
whoa, whoa.
actually
Ash just got
Mob.
tired of Ash got tired of Team Rocket and hounding him for his Pikachu, so he finally just took out a Glock and blew them away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh God! Besides,
Ash Ketchum, you are under arrest.
I am wearing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Objection!
Objection!
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh man, I like Ace Attorney.
yeah, like what I was gonna say though.
I actually thought about getting some of the Ace Attorney games until I found out what happens in a couple of the stories if you fail, and I'm like, I can't do that. I would have too much extreme guilt for failing to save Maya. I cannot deal with that, damn it.
Okay, Maggie Negan TWD Fangirl 27 says, I've seen some parents taking away their kids' anime merchandise and saying things like, don't watch this or something. What do you guys think?
Well,
I-
I'm happy to know that my older sister is not one of those parents. Basically, as long as my nephew and my niece aren't buying stuff with exposed tits, you know, nipples and stuff, my sister
yeah,
isn't
itchy.
gonna get upset about them watching anime.
I mean, I will say this also, Mr. A, just to save you some time. I'm pretty sure Maggie would not mind if you just say Maggie. You don't have to read their entire name. But with that being said, though, um, okay. First off, it depends on what it is. Okay, if it's something that isn't appropriate for a child, like itchy, okay, you don't need that. That's not for you. But if it's like One Piece or Dragon Ball Z or something that is supposed to be for children and teens and stuff, then okay, yeah, what are you doing? Now, granted, I could say One Piece maybe due to
Unfortunately, my older brother doesn't want me exposing my nephew, his only child, right now. They might have more kids in the future, to anime, and he told me not to do that. And it's like, I've watched a lot of anime, so I know what would and wouldn't be okay. He doesn't even want me showing Pokemon to my nephew.
wait,
One of the
what?
most child-friendly animes you could find.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I could understand, like, yeah, not a lot of animes for children, yada yada yada, but Pokemon. I mean, I could get behind Digimon to an extent. I mean, some of the characters are a tad spicy, but Pokemon, again, that is, it's not. There is no lewd moments or anything. I mean, you could say something about Jesse's outfit, but even then, you gotta be a prude.
Hell, the only thing we ever got that was lewd, that was
Take one of them carrots and hang out on the wall. If you would please.
All right, guys, I'll be right back. You guys keep talking, all right?
okay. I mean,
I-
the closest we got to anything lewd that was actually cut out was the thing with James having an inflatable bikini top so that it would look like he had tits.
Oh yeah, and again, that was more so as a joke than anything else. Like that wasn't meant for spicy. It wasn't meant like say an itchy anime
Okay,
where
what's going on with Black Panther? I don't have Twitter anymore, so I'm not up to date on things.
wait what? All I
I'll
know
believe
is
it.
people who agrees that too many people on Twitter are attacking the Black Panther actress because of her point. Oh, she doesn't have that small brain like they do. She
Oh,
has
she's
that.
not part of the hive mind, you
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
like
yeah,
Gina
yeah.
Carano.
Yeah, she's actually intelligent.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
so
and
basically, like Gina, she's a free thinker and not a.
I mean,
We are the hive. We will consume you and make you part of us.
yeah, and it's just like with not just Gina, but also Nicki Minaj, Dave Chappelle. The list goes on. Since they aren't a part of the mentally challenged hive mind,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
can we talk about that sweeping of the audience in Dave Chappelle, where you could tell they were wokies, but because you hardly ever see white people at shows like Dave Chappelle, they were like a blinding light, like the light of Elendil from Lord of the Rings. Like,
because
holy
they live in their parents'
shit!
basement. But now, what's funny is what I really love about Dave Chappelle is that line where he says, "Your boos mean nothing. I seen what makes you cheer." And one thing that someone brought up was they hated Dave Chappelle. They walked out. They wanted him canceled. But when Oranges came on, they were all, "It's brave and bold. This
Okay,
movie needs to happen."
obligatory thing of what we mean
Oh
by
God.
oranges.
I already know. I already know you said it.
Well,
Oh
for the
God.
people who aren't aware, there is a brand of oranges called Cutie. So I think after this, if you don't get it, that's on you. But there's a brand of oranges called Cutie. So when we say oranges or the orange movie, that's what we mean.
Yeah, and it's just they said nothing when that movie came out. But when
I
Dave
still think
Chappelle,
that the whole message that they were supposedly getting across could have worked better if the girls were more of a like 15, 16 years old, and you could get women who were like 20 and short that could pass for teenagers to play. Because I'm sorry, but it still disturbs me that in order to get your message of exploiting and sexualizing young girls across is to actually use young girls in what is basically slutwear for kids.
yeah, it is something for these Wokies because I guarantee you, these Wokies are the real cheese pizza lovers.
Yeah, honestly,
No, I don't even want to use the term cheese pizza because I actually like pizza and it's gonna ruin for me. Let's call them orange lovers. How about that?
I Okay, yeah, all right, orange lovers. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, orange lovers. And I
we
don't
all
care what anyone says. You can claim all you want that the movie is stunning and brave, but what I get from it, you've basically made a porno for child diddlers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations.
It's fucking disgusting, man. Having
and
sex
Also,
and
with a
and
little
the
girl.
only reason why I think they're not in prison is because, well, it's because it's a big production house. If this was done by anyone else that wasn't a big rich studio, they'd be in prison.
mm-hmm.
Wasn't the president for Sundance, the Sundance Film Festival where this movie was shown, turned out to be a child diddler?
Yep,
Oh my
and
God.
we
Not
can
does not
understand.
surprise me.
We can understand
Which
why
would
he
explain why the Orange movie won an award. He
exactly,
he probably got off several times from watching it.
exactly,
Yep.
I don't even want
And,
to imagine what he was doing behind closed doors.
and
and what's sad is that there's probably audition tapes floating around, which
mm-hmm. Which,
Oh no,
by the
what?
way, for those of who don't know, 600 children were sent
Oh
there to
God.
audition for the roles. Mind you,
600.
they had to dance,
This
and I
shit is
want to say,
scary.
what kind of dance?
Oh
Was the
God.
dance that a child should not ever do.
oh
And so
god.
that means there's a video out there of 600 children doing a very inappropriate dance.
Oh my god, man.
Okay, how
pretty
People
many of
bash
y'all
us for
know who
liking
Dan Schneider is?
hentai or looking at women that is sexy, but you're okay with people auditioning 600 children to doing provocative dances. That right there is the worst fucking bullshit ever. I can't even get behind that. Like,
Okay, how many of y'all know who Dan Schneider is?
I know
Yes.
exactly who that fat motherfucker is.
Okay, then. Because I heard a story about this girl getting blacklisted in Hollywood because the girl's mother rightfully asked a very good question because Dan Schneider said, "Okay, take off your shoes, honey. I want to see your feet." And she's like, and her mom's like, "I'm sorry. Why do you need to see my daughter's feet?" And the girl got blacklisted because it was like, "How dare you question the child predator for wanting to see your daughter's feet so he could fap to it later."
Oh my god, man. Listen. For those who like feet, man, listen, I could get if you like a grown woman's feet, okay? I can understand that. But a child's feet, man?
Yo, Neil.
Zack Snyder, you make people with feet fetishes look bad, dude.
And that's
I'm
what
really
that's what I was about to say. I'm pretty sure the feet fetish community in the chat or whoever else would be like, "Yo, Neo, that ain't us, man. That's
I
not
know. I know. I could tell. I know. I know. And I'm not trying to put y'all in that category. Trust me.
It's like the furries, right? Like they're all, despite Twitter, they're all some good furries. Again, despite Twitter, and these good furries are like, yo, that orange lover over there ain't us. That
Well,
zoophile over there ain't us.
well, it's like the queer community. Most of the queer community is like, nah, we don't accept child diddlers. You try to come to one of our parades, we will kick your ass with stiletto heels.
Yeah. Well, I'm
And
not
as
wearing
you
those
should,
I'm not wearing those stilettos. Fuck that, but I'll kick your ass.
and as you should. Also, Sona, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, Hollywood's known for having some pretty messed up people. Let's just say that.
Man,
Yeah.
listen, that
Remember, there was Kevin Spacey, Roman Polanski.
the list just goes
Hollywood's
on
a
and on.
hive.
It's a nasty ass, disgusting. Listen, let me say something about YouTube. Man, I'm so sick of this website, dude. Everywhere I go, I see the dislike count just removed. It's like, you know what, man? Why is people still on here? I give you're a big YouTuber and you have years worth of like content and you don't want to give that.
It's because any other video site doesn't last long enough. If we could get one to last long enough, YouTube would not stand a chance.
And I just have one thing I do want to throw out there. The reason why they, got rid of the dislikes, that's a big important person doing a video on YouTube. I'm not talking about like Markiplier or anything like that. No, I'm talking about like if it's some political bullshit, right? They're doing it on YouTube. There's no dislikes. That way, people can sniff their own thoughts, if you will, and be like, "See, everybody liked what I had to say."
Yeah, it's
No,
fucking
they
annoying.
didn't. They weren't allowed to downvote you. But I guarantee if you don't turn the fucking comments off, everyone will make sure to let you know that you are a piece of shit, and they're letting you know here because you won't let them dislike your shit video.
And turn off the comments. That way, they can still sniff their own thought and be like, "See, everybody liked my video."
I mean,
If
and
they
you know
turn off the
what's funny?
comments, everyone should just leave because this shit is ridiculous.
What's funny is that even before they had the ability to hide the like and dislike ratio that would hide both.
No bleeding. He was exclusively Nickelodeon.
I mean, even before this, if I say leave it up to the creator whether they want to hide the
God,
dislikes.
please tell me you're
If
joking,
you're going to
Maggie.
do it, at least leave it up to the individual creator instead of just forcing it upon everyone.
Maggie, please tell me you're joking. Please tell me you're joking.
Wait, what? Hold
What?
up.
Because I'm already pissed at Chris Sabat for being a disgusting bastard, but that is going to piss me off even further to a point. If I ever have him in my crosshairs, guess who's not going to be able to have children after I face them?
And if that is
Who's
true,
similar to
if-
that? Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
asking
Chris.
young girls.
Wasn't Chris Sabat one of the people trying to hurl accusations at Vic Mignogna?
Yeah.
Well, looks like Doth do protest too much.
Also, I want to say something. It seems
Wow.
like there's two Vegeta voice actors. That is questionable. The guy on YouTube, Prince Vegeta, that guy. You know who I'm talking about, right?
no.
What was
If
his
you're
name?
the one, if you're
Prince
talking about the
Vegeta.
one, if you're talking about the one who says the vitamin D,
Yeah,
I do watch the videos and I do kind of like them.
yeah, but there's some things about him talking to a 17-year-old where he was kind of like grooming her, and he said something about "I'll wait until you're 18 to do this." I'm like,
Oh Jesus!
oh my god.
And again, so no one is going to complain about that sicko, but yet we're going to make a huge BS riot over Vic Mignon. What the hell? Where are your
I am
priorities?
still waiting for that fucking tape that they.
You know, the thing is though.
Let me finish. People are claiming that Vic forced himself on someone during a panel and that he told people not to film. I'm like, no one is going to keep that shit secret if it happened. I'm still waiting for that fucking video to prove Vic is the deviant that people claim. Where is the fucking video? Same with the whole he forced himself on someone on an elevator. Where is that fucking video?
Exactly. And yet they're not going to
That's
show it because it doesn't exist. Like
right.
their brain.
This is why. Okay, this is why I do not believe when someone, especially when a feminist says that they were sexually assaulted. I don't believe them because I think they're trying to get that person out of the way.
Yeah.
That's how they infiltrate. That's how they get in. Is that they make false rape
It's
accusations,
the same thing
false
with
other
Abuser
accusations.
Heard. If Johnny really did hurt her like she said, where is the proof? There is audio. There is police body footage showing she's a fucking liar. And I'm glad the judge in Virginia's like, nah, I'm not giving you a free pass like those assholes in the UK did. You're getting this trial, and if it turns out he was abusive to you, well, then justice will prevail. But from what I'm seeing, you're the abusive asshole.
Exactly, and
I think that
actually, could you please stop actually, using spamming dislike lives matter, please, because it's kind of getting a little annoying, and we don't want people spamming it. So it would be
I
much
didn't know that was
appreciated.
actually a hashtag.
You know what's funny is I was thinking of Rob Snyder. When you said Dan Snyder, I was thinking of Rob Snyder.
Oh, don't you dare do that to poor Rob. Don't
That's what I was
you
saying.
dare.
That's what I was saying. It's like, wait a minute, no, I'm thinking of the wrong person.
How dare you? Rob is a national treasure, and to compare him to Dan Snyder.
That's what
for
I
shame,
know.
Dio. For
That's what
shame.
But that's what I know. It's like, wait a minute, no, that can't be right. But it's like, oh, wait, two
It's the
different.
fat ass, just to let you know.
Yeah. Dan Snyder, the fat ass. I want more butter.
Yeah, don't start because that guy will send his blower, his Kirby's to fucking attack us.
I mean, what's her face from iCarly? She's the blonde girl.
Yeah, man, I love
She
her and I
made
feel bad
vines
for her.
and stuff where she made it seem like she just snapped and she said, "You did this to me, Dan. You did this to me."
Yes, I
And it's
seen
like,
that shit.
oh
I'm
my
like,
god, was he licking your feet? What the fuck did he do to you?
Also,
Oh my
apparently, Chris Sabat.
He probably has pictures of her, and that right there is like, oh god.
Yeah, that's something I'm gonna do if I'm allowed to. if I'm able to get my hands around Chris Sabat's throat, I'm gonna scream, "This is what an autistic bitch does, Chris, when you insult them. This is what an autistic bitch does!"
Not just that, but it's like Chris Sabat hates people with disabilities.
Also, Maggie
Man,
says,
I just feel bad that Chris Sabat is just a bad person, dude.
Oh yeah. Does anyone remember what happened to poor Chug Huber when he basically asked con staff to please don't, be a jackass to someone who actually was on the lower part of the spectrum? He got called enabler and stuff. Meanwhile, Chris Sabat makes every fucking joke under the sun to insult people just because they defend Vic.
Let me read this. If they don't enjoy the content and don't watch it, then if it will trigger you a lot. And if you did, it will trigger you a lot. Okay. I agree, man. Maggie, I agree with you. Like, there is just too many people who just want to start drama. Like, in my case, I made a video that people called me salty about, and I was like, okay, I was kind of salty. Remade the video to give it more constructive criticism. I don't know what they said now because I didn't read the comments, but I'm pretty certain there's probably some asshole saying shit. I'm like, if you don't like the video, don't watch it.
Exactly. It's so
don't torture me about it. Don't fucking give me anxiety about it.
And it's so fucking stupid that these idiots will sit there and go onto a video knowing full well that's not meant for them and watch 5 minutes only to say, "Oh my god, this is problematic. I hate you." Dude, what are you even doing?
Dude, I'm telling you, man, it's like these people call you especially Death Battle fans. These guys will call you a bad person over a fictional character. It's annoying.
Yeah. Also, please tell us who's Rob Schneider.
I forgot. What? You said Cinder.
I think you say Rob Schneider.
I know.
He's been in a lot of movies, mostly with Adam Sandler.
Oh man, I like this guy. I really like this guy.
Now he is a.
They even made a joke about him in South Park of Rob Schneider is a carrot.
Oh yeah, the whole back with when he did movies that he transferred his body to something. Yeah. And what's funny is apparently he's controversial, air quotes there, and not by wokies, mind you, but it's just a couple of the characters that he's done was some kind of controversial. Like when he was doing the Hawaiian guy in 50 First Dates.
Yeah.
You're talking about that? Oh, you're talking about the guy he freaking dresses as and he looks kind of Asian with that fucking big ass nose he got and he looks like a Hawaiian person.
Oh yeah, how about that movie? I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Yeah.
I can't wait until the wokie say this is problematic.
The only thing I heard about fucking Chuck and Larry was mostly from the religious idiots who are like, this movie is a sin because pee poo poo.
Okay, did they watch the movie? Because if they did, they know that Chuck and Larry only got married so that one of them could get medical insurance.
Yeah, but the extreme religious people don't care because their brains don't work that well, and the thought of anything that's remotely gay scares them. They're like cockroaches to light. You turn on the light, cockroaches will run away. Well, you put a rainbow flag on something, homophobes will do the same thing.
Yeah, people see the rainbow flag. See, here's why I don't trust the LGBTQ. People think, oh, you're just a homophobe. No, there are stories in that community where, okay, you have kids being brought there and then you have men's dicks flopping around, flying around. Listen, there's too much weird stuff going on in that community, and I feel like there's pedophiles in that community.
And that's why I
don't like it.
And that's why I didn't want to come out as bisexual because these fuckers make us look bad.
I know. So
Like I said,
distrust.
these assholes are going to be the reason why we end up going back to a time where people think that being queer is a mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
Well, according to the science shit, they do think it's a mental illness, but even if it was, let's say even if it was, dude, we don't need weirdos doing shit to kill children, man. If you're gay, I don't mind being gay. I know someone who's gay. He's like a brother to me, even though he did some fuck shit, but he's gay. I don't have a problem with gay people. It's the fucking LGBTQ, man. I don't want to offend anybody, but that shit, I don't trust it. There's too much rapey, weird people. You have men wanting to become women just so they can take advantage of women. It's too much weird stuff going on. And I don't trust that fucking community. I am not a homophobe.
Yeah. Me and mine, we don't accept those types of people, just like we don't accept child diddlers.
Yeah, exactly. And we know
That's why
how.
I hate the whole
Again,
map community.
and
Oh, well, we're just as valid. Wasn't there a time
no,
where
you're
you'd
not.
be
You're
arrested for
diseased.
being gay? And I'm like,
You're
yeah,
diseased.
but we weren't trying to fuck children. We were trying to fuck people our age.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So let me read this comment from Maggie.
Aye.
Like I had someone on my comment section saying my voice sound drunk and called me the R word. I don't know what the R word is. I'm a woman and I have a disability. It was uncalled for.
Well,
I'm
sorry
sorry
that
you
happened
had to
to
go
you.
through that.
Wait a minute, you guys have disabilities? I didn't know.
I'm high functioning autistic.
You don't
I got
really?
Asperger's.
I didn't think. I don't have any issue. I'm sorry. I don't want you to hate me because I'm like I don't want to say normal, but dang, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man. Besides, the only thing that you ever care about is like, the reason why I've actually started this community is because we don't judge on like, the skin color or what we are, what our gender is or anything like that. No. The reason why I started this community is because we all have a love of anime. That's pretty much, our like little thing. We love anime. We want to actually share our love and interest with the Japanese culture and stuff like that.
Hell, the only time we've ever had anything controversial is when assholes have basically tried to hijack the stream so they can do stuff to try and get Mr. A taken down.
Yeah, and that the first time was this idiot who was saying the N word like it was going out of style.
Like, dude, man, he really thinks because he was trying to imply that to me because he knows that I'm actually fucking mixed. He's an idiot, even though I'm mostly black, but I'm still mixed. But idiots is like, oh, you're still an N word. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck what you say about me. Just don't call me high off.
Wait, IR?
So basically, seemed like they were actually legitimately racist then towards you.
Yes.
I mean,
either racist or just trying to get Mr. A cancelled and being
we had to hammer it into Mr. A's head. He couldn't just let anyone on the stream.
And mind you, he called you all the N-word, so he was trying to go after you too.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I'm whiter than a daisy, but okay.
Yeah, it's like people like that always do that. It's like you're not going to offend anybody because in real life you wouldn't say that to my face because you know that
they get knocked on their ass.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
actually, I'll drag your face across the concrete all over the street. But okay.
Now, what's funny is at my workplace, my buddies at work don't really consider me white, of course. There, they say, oh no, you're black. You're one of us.
No, if you're white, then you're white. If you're black, then you're black. If you're mixed, then you're mixed.
Oh no, it's more of a joke thing.
Oh, I know what you mean now.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just really dumb nonsense. It's like, oh, you're bigger. And it's like, oh, shut up. I'm just mad because you don't look as good as I do.
And what also funny is I was watching this one video I was watching with my stepbro, and okay, so there was this black guy who was anti-Burnley murder, and he was talking to these individuals who were pro-Burnley murder, and he's, the anti guy's like, I have to separate myself from you because you give us a bad name.
Well, hey, Lisa, I don't know if we can actually be able to hear you or not, but if you're there, let us know.
Yeah. Hey, like, and then you know what pisses me off? When people say a comic book character solo anime characters. I'm like, okay, yes, I am a bigger comic book fan than I am an anime fan. That is very true. But anime is a close second. And I know for a fact, since I'm a fan of both, that not all comic book characters will be anime characters. That is false. Now, yeah, the comic book for the majority of times will win in a fight, but all the time, hell no. That's not even true.
Oh, this is actually funny because I showed I had some knowledge about comics and stuff as well as anime. So my neighbor's kids who I'll get off the bus and stuff like 2 or 3 times a week because she has to work a lot as well as her husband and stuff. So they started asking me who'd win in a fight, Superman or Goku. I'm like, well, it depends. I mean, there are multiple versions of Superman. You can't just say, oh yeah, Superman would win, or oh yeah, Goku could win, because you gotta know which version of Superman you're talking about, you know?
Yeah,
Oh, I
exactly.
see. Exactly. So, and which version of Goku? Because there's more versions than Goku. You gotta remember,
Yeah,
Dragon Ball is also a universe full of different versions of characters as well. Oh
exactly.
God, I see this one picture of Miss Marvel versus Miss Marvel, where Miss
In
Marvel
fact,
is wearing
Maggie,
the.
I gotta say, I'm
God,
really sorry that you actually had to go through that because here's the thing. If I could pull the message up here, someone
oh,
actually called Maggie, the R word on her comment section, and it angered her. But I kind of feel bad for her.
I got
Yeah.
called retard so many times. I'm used to it, but it's still not a cool word to say to people who's actually like that. So I mean, what the fuck? Because you
Yeah, and
don't know what they're going through.
not just that, but it's kind of lost its fucking meaning
Yeah.
because assholes keep overusing it. Also, Senna,
Assholes
you've
are
been
assholes.
really quiet. I mean, is there anything you wanted to say during our conversation?
Also, I know there's probably not a lot of My Little Pony fans, but final season of My Little Pony, we meet the one of the minor characters, Scootaloo's aunts, and we didn't need to be told they were gay to know that they were together.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, um, Gidi, do you remember the butch lesbian in High Guardian Spice?
I try not to think about that, but yeah.
Yeah, purple hair, tan skin.
Oh God.
Mm.
I'm just gonna say I'm so glad that Babseed got a new gig, but I do feel sorry for her.
Oh yeah, guys, I pretty much
And
actually started watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and basically, I gotta say, TGBA actually definitely knows how. I know that Gem isn't really like or Dee Dee this for this instance isn't really much of a fan, but I can totally understand that. And, all I have to say is, oh, hold on.
But I'm getting tired of oh well, we gotta make the lesbian as manly as possible. Otherwise, how will people know
oh,
she's a fucking lesbian?
oh no, Kitty, it's one manly as possible, and the other can be as feminine as humanly possible. That way you can kill the fucking lesbians, as opposed to just looking like a normal person. It's like, oh, you're LGBT, okay.
Yeah, but I hardly ever see traditionally feminine lesbians. It whether it's reskinning or an original character, it's always a butch lesbian I've seen. Again, this is why I like Vincy Pop, because she gave us Baggy, who is a lesbian, but she's not the oh I'm a butch lesbian. That's how you know I'm a fucking lesbian.
Exactly. And again, Vivcy Pop's shows both high Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel are great representations, just like with the Owl House. You have
I
good
mean, I
representation.
mean, for fuck's sakes, I didn't know Moxie was bisexual until it was mentioned by someone who worked on the show, because I'm so used to everything has to be a stereotype that I didn't catch it.
Exactly. Also, Mr. A, go
Also,
ahead and read the comment.
okay, you know what upsets me, guys? When I try to be similar to the cosplay as the character, and they start saying you don't fit the character, stop cosplaying, and more.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
anyone who says that. I have
yeah.
cos I have cosplayed both male and female characters. I have been Itachi, I have been Luffy, I have been Twilight Sparkle, though I've had people say I'd fit Pinkie Pie more, but I have been Twilight Sparkle. I have been Steven Universe. I have been Mama from Cooking Mama. I
Oh my
have
god,
been
that is adorable.
I have been many characters of both
And
genders.
one thing I want to throw out there too, when it comes to cosplay, it's supposed to be fun. White, black, Asian, Mexican, male, female, LGBT, whatever, cosplay. Cosplay them because it is fun. When I, make my, comic book with all the diverse cast that will be in it, I want to see a my main character is going to be technically Japanese. She's based on the one of the yokai, but I want to see a black cosplay as her. I want to see an Asian. Well, that would make sense, wouldn't it? But I want to see all sorts of people cosplay each of my characters. I don't
Okay,
want.
also, once upon a time I was a Homestuck fan. Yes, that's my dirty secret. I was a Homestuck fan at one point. Well, people kept trying to argue that the human characters were obviously white because they were paper white, because they missed the point that the whole point of them being paper white was so that it'd be easier for you to insert yourself into these characters' shoes, because paper white is not a natural skin tone. And because people kept arguing about it, Andrew Hussey decided to do an April Fool's joke with it where they went into a thing. I think it was called jokester or prankster mode, and they had Caucasian skin. And I'm like, no, Andrew, you're just going to reinforce it. And now people more than ever say that obviously the characters are white because Andrew decided to make a joke out of it and people missed the fucking joke.
Of
Me
course.
Yeah, I would
personally,
have. I would have had like. Well, it depends if it was digital or actual like on paper. Because if it was digital, I would just have it be on GIFs and just have the colors like go rainbow. Like they'd the skin tone would shit like be like an animated GIF where the
I think
colors just.
I think all of his stuff was digital and he used MS Paint. In fact, he actually had a character that wore a rainbow outfit called Miss Paint.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
Well,
if he could like if there was a way to like turn them into like motion GIFs, then you could just have like the skin tone like be like a rainbow color shifting thing.
But this just broke my heart because for me, I saw the character of Jade Jade as being Asian, not necessarily Japanese, though she did have a couple anime posters on the wall of her room. But I saw her as Asian. I saw John Egbert as being maybe half, and then Rose Lalonde was obviously white because she has blonde hair,
yeah. And I mean, to be fair, like,
and and Dave, the final human character, he pretty much could be anything because he has red eyes, so he could easily be albino to explain why he has stark white hair and stuff.
Yeah. And also one thing I do want to throw out there, when it comes to characters being, you know, black, white, Asian, what have you, first of all, if it's done in the name of fun, it's okay to do whatever you want. I mean, I remember back in the MLP fandom when people would make human MLP, as in humans, not equestria girls. They would
Yeah,
have,
people were upset about that, saying they aren't human skin tones. I'm like, well, let's be honest. Lauren Faust never wanted any human characters to start with, so this kind of went against her thing. So
yeah. And I mean, like, first of all, I could see in my eyes, like, Pinkie Pie is Japanese just because, and Twilight, I don't mind a black Twilight, just like with Verity, I don't mind a black Verity, but black or Asian Applejack just doesn't really fit due to, well, she has that southern
I'll be
drawl,
honest.
Sugar Cube.
I'll be honest. I always imagined Fluttershy as being more of the Asian one than Applejack.
Yeah. But I mean, and I'm glad that not everyone went for a black rainbow dash. That shows you that these individuals have common sense as opposed to the idiots with the Powerpuff Girls. So it's like I know that the violent one has to be black because I said
Exactly.
so.
I was talking to my neighbor because she's mixed. Her husband's black, and I explained I told her about this. She's like, I didn't know they were doing a live action show. And I said, yeah, they are. Because she's the same age as me. So she would have grown up on the Powerpuff Girls too, if not other stuff I watched as a kid. But I explained. And they decided that Blossom was going to be the Asian one because the smart one. Buttercup was going to be the black girl, the girl who lives to be violent. And Bubbles is the only white one because blonde ditzy girl. And she's like, so wait, they chose the one who likes to beat the crap out of people to be the black one. And I'm like, yep.
Because of course, just like again we were talking about the whole obvious choice air quotes there, Gonzo, Betty, they don't go for a character that we wouldn't
Why
see as
couldn't
X.
why couldn't we have gone for Janice if we had to make a Muppet queer? Why not Janice? She doesn't get enough love and she's awesome. And I could see her being bisexual, a lesbian, or even a trans woman because of the voice being a little more of a effeminate male than, female.
Exactly.
Also,
And
Peggy
also
actually brings
that's
up this
it.
point. She says, like I cosplay as Sailor Jupiter, and my mom made the outfit, and the guys from Europe called me fat, and the cosplay is horrible and garbage. One, if you guys see me, I'm a Latino woman with meat and not anime skinny. And two, my mom worked hard, and it said they called me big. That's hardly why
Uh,
I don't show my face.
Oh,
Alright,
sweetie,
let's
sweetie, those people can go suck a big fat cock.
listen up. I want to say something. First and foremost, there's nothing wrong with being a big woman. And I say this as a gentleman, not as someone who, likes big women. Secondly, I'm pretty sure you look a hell of a lot better than those ugly motherfuckers whose personality probably matches their face.
I'm also tired of this when it comes to cosplay. Oh, you're too fat to be this particular character. Or in the case of a thing I saw on Tumblr, which pissed me off. Yeah, I used to be on Tumblr back in the day.
So did
Was
I.
was this girl, she made a beautiful Ursula cosplay, but she got bullied because of the fact that she was skinny. And I'm like, fuck you. If you're not allowed to judge people who are big cosplaying skinny characters, the same should go for big characters being cosplayed by skinny people. You're not allowed to judge on this thing, but then it's off limits to, judge fat people dressed like Nami from One Piece.
Exactly. And again, there's nothing wrong with being big or BBW, aka Big Beautiful Woman.
basically, it's two sides of the same coin. If we can, I mean, I remember this girl who made a beautiful ball gown using TARDIS blue because she basically did a dress version of the TARDIS, and she could unpin the skirt to show a painted thing of inside of the TARDIS, and it was a beautiful thing. And because she was on a little on the heavier side, not heavy as in holy crap, how the hell are you still alive heavy? You know, she had maybe like 1 or 2 extra pounds. Assholes in the comments, this was on Facebook, started saying, "Oh, it's bigger on the outside and inside. Hey, honey, maybe you should stop eating the Twinkies." I'm like, fuck y'all. This dress is beautiful and you're being mean to her. Fuck you.
You know, I think we should get all those individuals that said something mean and put them in a nice blender and then blend them up. And then just dump them.
I think we should do like the manga of Suicide Island. We stick them all on an island and have a boat go around it. And anyone who tries to leave, you shoot them in the head.
Nice. Oh, also, just throwing this one out there, I cannot wait to show off the characters that I have in store for your session.
Ooh, nice.
Well, it's gonna be this Saturday, and the new D&D group I joined recently have been nice enough to do the first Sunday of every month instead of every Saturday, so that I can do my thing on Saturday.
Alright. Well, just so you know, I kinda what's funny is we were having that conversation a while back with the whole Amazons on, Wonder Woman's comic book and stuff. And I brought the idea of sumo wrestler Amazon. Like I decided
because of Wonder Woman and Etta Candy.
Yeah. And so what you're gonna
that is something that pisses me off. Etta Candy, big girl, but still attractive to look at. I can look at her and not be like, "Oh God, my eyes." I actually wouldn't mind dating Etta Candy. I hate the women that don't look like women. And anyone who's saying, "Oh, you just don't like muscular women." No, I mean women who are so roided out that I can mistake them for a man and be like, "Holy shit, where'd your penis go?"
But I was just putting it out there though. So I based the character on apparently what would be known as like the OG Yokozuna. The tallest sumo in Japanese history being 8 feet tall, which is as tall as a Goliath, 7 to 8 feet. And
is she a Goliath?
Yeah, she's going to be a Goliath, 8 feet tall and 430 pounds, just like the actual sumo.
Okie dokie then.
Hey,
So,
you know what, guys?
In freaking Resident Evil Village.
Hey, guys, I want to say something.
Aye.
Hey, Mr. Anime 343. I want to say something. A lot of times we get interrupted from our streams just to do the little bullshit we have to do. Like if we have like the free time, we should like extend the time we are on the stream, because I mean, like, I can understand we have stuff to do, but if we have the free time, we shouldn't just limit it to 2 hours. We should like limit it to 3 or 4 hours at the most if we have the free time to just, have fun and shoot the shit, because limiting it to 2 hours is not enough, because, people get interrupted. Some people don't come back and, they got stuff they got to do. And, I think it'll be more fair if we just, extend the time that we're on here so we can get everything out, when we have the free time to do it. I can understand we have our days and we need to do stuff and we only limit it to 2 hours. But honestly, like when we have our free time and the weekends out and everyone is free and we want to just shoot the shit and talk, we should not have to limit it to 2 hours.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, I kind of get that, but at the same time, though, like so right now it's 2:18. Well, my time, anywho. And at 4 o'clock, I gotta, cook. Also, I want to binge watch the JoJo Bizarre Adventure Part 6. actually stream.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm on
Also,
episode 7 right now.
I've started watching a Netflix thing called Hellbound, and I'm a terrible person, I'll admit it, but I would get a warm fuzzy feeling if I saw a video of a Wookiee being told they were going to be dragged to hell at some point.
Oh yeah,
Oh no, you're
And
not
I'd be
terrible.
willing to
something like
die
that
and
too.
be I'd be willing to die and be dragged to hell just knowing that I get to point and laugh at him saying, "You thought you were as good as Jesus, but you're here too!"
I know you're not a terrible person. The Wookiees all deserve to go straight to hell.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's how I was like saying. That's why I said that. Like I said, it's just an idea. I'm not trying to say people
No,
should.
no, man, it's a good idea, Neo.
Yeah, in fact, there are times I've actually had to go 3 hours because we actually had people come on late and stuff like that, and they actually need some time to vent and stuff like that. But I've also got to deal with freaking maxing
Okay,
out
that's
how many
absolute.
hours I actually put on StreamYard because they only allow me up to 100 hours.
Yeah, I saw that when I started doing streams of my D&D session. You only get so many hours a month, so that's one of the reasons why I do my thing once a month, because it's like, well, I don't want to have to be like, well, do I still have enough hours to do it for several weeks in a month.
Yeah, and also, I want to just say something with Maggie's comment. Okay, the first part, the one that's above the new one. Okay, that's absolute BS. The judges chose someone else. That is absolute BS. Yeah, that one right there.
Oh,
Thank you guys. It's hard for me to have confidence. Like I entered the costume contest for Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad. Awesome choice, mind you. Homemade, right? Congratulations on homemade. And the judges just picked their friends over me. Yeah, see, that's
oh,
bullshit.
sweetie, I am so sorry. They really need to make sure. They really need to make sure judges don't have any connection to contestants,
And not just
because
that,
it's
but
not
bias.
fair.
And not just that,
Yeah,
but with fucking bias. It pisses me out because guess what? I said it once and I say it again. Big women are attractive.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
And
And guys,
and
sorry,
I'm
but I
gonna
was gone
bring
for a
up
while.
Steven Universe.
People could be interrupting me and stuff
I'm
like
bringing
that.
up Steven Universe because this is the show I point to when it comes to good representation for big women. Because they don't do like other shows where they basically make it seem like it only fat women should have positive representation. Because we get characters like Pearl, we get Garnet who's curvy, we get short women, we get tall women, we get fat women, we get muscular women. It's a whole different thing of body types for women in Steven Universe. Whereas
And
nowadays, you get fat or so fucking muscular and roided, you get mistaken for a guy, and the women are disappointed when they see you don't have a penis.
and guess what? Even One Piece does a good job with diversity, if you want to call it that, with designs. You look at the Boa sisters, Boa Hancock, Boa Marigold, who was a big woman, Boa Sanderson, who was, skinny as hell, and, several other. It's not just
And
with
Boa
women.
Hancock, who is basically curvy.
Yes, yes, and it's all sorts of different body shapes. And you jump right over to Dragon Ball Z. Well, yes, we can say a lot of stuff about Dragon Ball Super, I will admit, but at least we got some, BBW representation with Viviana. I know people hate her, but I don't give a fuck. And the other girl, I forgot the one with the green skin who could turn into a giant ball. I forgot her name.
Oh, is she the one who wanted to be the goddess of love if she got her wish?
No, 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 no.
Well, I like that particular character because it was so funny because she wants to be the goddess of love if their universe were to win. And I just love the fact that instead of going for the stereotypical ooh hot chick for the goddess of love, she's basically this big woman when she transforms, and I'm like, I love it.
So yeah,
Also, the
and that's
only
VPN. By the way, that's VPN. The one I'm thinking of has like green skin and like she could turn her lower half into a giant ball. She would up against Kaba.
Oh, Dragon Ball fucking Super. Yeah, I remember
also the only thing I like from the English dub of Super, and I know it was probably an accident, but it's during the Goku Black arc where people are about to shoot good pure canon Goku, and Trunks screams, "Don't shoot! This man isn't black!" And I know I shouldn't have laughed so hard, but I did laugh so hard.
Well, it's
And it's
supposed to be
like,
satire.
and it's like this would be perfect for the people who are like, "Oh, I'm only for Black Lives Matter," and it's like, okay, don't shoot! This man isn't black.
Oh, also, Neo, you did want to say something earlier.
I did.
Oh,
I forgot because I got fucking interrupted. Now I'm trying to remember. Now that you bring it up,
Oh,
you know.
sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It's just that, I just want to make the point. Like, okay, this guy on DeviantArt, he keeps telling me that it's okay, and Devil May Cry, he's telling me I'm so damn annoying because it's okay for Dante to fuck Trish, from Devil May Cry and Devil May Cry, someone that looks like his fucking mother.
Oh
yeah.
God, we're going Evangelion. Oh God.
That's exact. I'm about to fucking grill this dude because I'm getting so sick and tired of people telling me I'm wrong about something. I'm about to fucking turn the fuck up on people because I'm tired of people demonizing me. I'm tired of it. I have every right to feel the way I feel. Don't fucking demonize me because I wouldn't do it to you.
I mean, this is why people are usually disgusted by the story of Oedipus, because he doesn't know that the woman he's taken as his bride after conquering his birth father's kingdom is his fucking mother.
I got to. Well, I'll be right back.
That is
They're
the
bad
reason why people
motherfuckers.
don't like Oedipus, because it's holy shit, he's fucking his mother.
And it's like people is just getting on my fucking nerves. Like, you're wrong, and wrong. Shut the fuck up. It just pisses me off that people can get away with saying shit and I can't. It makes me so fucking mad, dude.
Yeah, it's sort of like, how freaking Fat Boy was accusing us of actually being, future, like, rape enablers.
And then he had the nerve to say that I'm accusing him of something. Listen, Joshua, I will fuck you up, man. Get out of here. I will whoop your fat ass so bad that motherfucking I'll make what Bruce Lee did to Chuck Norris look like a fucking joke. I swear to God, man.
Let's be honest. The fat bastard probably tried to defend himself and have a heart attack. He's so fat.
Yeah,
I'm so sick of that. Like, I don't like when people accuse me of that shit. Listen, there was this documentary, or not documentary, it was a video of someone talking about a missing child case. Every time I hear that, it makes me so mad. It gets me fucking violent. I do not like that pedophile shit. I do not like when kids go missing. That shit does something to me. I don't like it. I don't like hearing stories that the child never gets found, and the mothers and the parents and the fathers have to go through that shit. The mental anguish of that shit bugs the fuck out of me. I hate that shit.
Well, how about we talk about the fact that people are like, oh, well, parents shouldn't get revenge for their child. And I'm like, oh, so you're okay with some asshole getting off after violating a child? Nah. In my opinion, if the parent shoots the person that hurt their child, I find it justified. Because I'm sorry, but if anyone diddles my nieces or nephews, hell, if anyone diddles my neighbor's kids, because I've grown to love them as if they were like my own, I am not going to be a happy person.
Listen, I agree. So this fat obese motherfucker calling me that shit. Listen, I'm so sick and tired of people getting away with calling me shit. But when I say something and when I make a video on dick battle, that's what I'm going to call it now. Everyone wants to fucking hate on me. I'm sick of that shit, man. It pisses me off. I'm tired of being fucking told I'm wrong and being fucking harassed over small dumbass shit like that. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't be sorry, dude. You just actually had you have every right to vent. This is our personal space.
I can't. If I get off of here, I'm gonna have to go and do something because I'm not always on my computer. I really don't even use my computer like that as much as of late. I really don't because I got other shit to do, and plus I'm not even feeling what I'm doing on here. I have to work on other projects though. That's why I will get back on. But as far as YouTube goes, I'm not really using it that much. I only look at videos and listen to music. That's really it. And I'm not even signed in a lot of times. But this dude on DeviantArt, before I get off, I'm going to call his bitch ass out because motherfucker, you make Devil May Cry fans look bad when you are okay with Dante fucking someone that looks like his mom. Would any of you guys fuck anybody that look like your mom? Would you do that? Tell me yes or no.
No.
No. Anybody with sense would not do that. So you're okay with just borderline straight up incest. You will fuck someone that looks like your mom. You calling me annoying? I'm going to grill your bitch ass and I'm going to get off of here. And I'm going to get me something to eat.
All right. Well, this time we actually look good.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I know that I'm coming off aggressive. I just get so pissed off at shit like that.
Yeah. So why don't we just wrap this up? So.
Sorry for bringing up negative energy. I won't do that again.
No, it's all good. So anyway, why don't you actually get your final goodbyes out of the way before I end the stream?
All
right, man. Listen, let me say this. I really appreciate the people who support me and give a fuck about me and my content. And I appreciate you guys the most because you really give a shit. Unlike a lot of other people. So keep rocking the dragon. All of you, keep rocking the dragon because, you're a dragon now. You're a freaking Ronin. That's what I'm going to call it. You're a fucking Ronin now. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah.
You're running with the
Dragonborn.
Yes, you're running with the Ronin now. Fuck that. That's what I'm calling my group, the Ronin. As for the fucking the haters and people keep talking shit, fuck you. Fuck your mother, fuck your father, fuck your goldfish, fuck your dog, fuck your brother, fuck your sister, fuck everything that you stand for because you're a fucking asshole.
Hey,
Joshua.
Leave the poor dogs out of it. The dogs haven't done anything to
All right, I'm going to leave the dogs out of it. But everybody else, fuck them and fuck you because you continue to act like assholes. And if I act like assholes, not justifiable, you justify your actions? No, I am not going to go for that. I'm tired of it already. Fucking assholes want to be morally correct and self-righteous, but want to sit here and fucking, act like complete fucking assholes when nobody's looking. Shit just pisses me off. So keep rocking the dragon. And Joshua, you can suck my fucking dick. And you're really the one who likes fucking child porn and you like cuties, you fat fuck.
Ooh, snap. Turn up.
Huh?
Yeah,
Could I do my thing next? I just got an important email that I need to check.
All right. So
I'll let Didi go first.
Let's do Didi first, then we'll go Cerno.
Okay.
Right.
Hollywood, please get actual queer people to do the representation. You just piss people off when you try to do it like how queer people act. Anyway, I'm out. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Cerno?
Yeah, Hollywood can go fuck themselves. Butterboy and his fanatics can go fuck themselves.
And his fucking terrible music too, because that shit trash.
Wokies can go fuck themselves. Anyone who's an authoritarian fuckwad can go fuck themselves. That's all.
Yeah, man. I agree.
All right, DL.
Alright, my glorious soul heathens. Well, first and foremost, I just want everyone out there to know whether you're skinny, fat, muscular, male, female, all body types of women are sexy. And with that being said, Padaru, Padaru.
Good job, man.
All right. Well, thank you for all your love and support, guys. Really means so much to me. Thank you, Maggie, for actually showing up today, and also to all those who've come to join us on the stream. And as always, guys, I'm closing out with my usual statements. Just remember these three things: respect the waifus, enjoy your fandoms, anime is freedom. And until the next one, this is Mr. Anime343 saying, fuck you, Yakuza Western, kill it straight to the nearest black hole, and see you
Thank
next
you.
time.
Stop eating fried butter, fat ass!
Thank you, and peace.
Yeah, baby.